Hi, welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, T to T. You can refer to me as Miss T. And let's turn two. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's rock out. Y'all, it's Thursday. Let's rock out. If you in here, say something in the chats. Come on, y'all, rock out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As y'all seen the caption, we're going to talk about a little bit of boxing today. We're talking about the purse bid that was due today that has been pushed back. So Crawford versus Porter purse bid was supposed to air on the WBO Facebook Live website. They're located in, I want to say Puerto Rico. So it has now been pushed back to September 14th. And the request, oddly enough, was made by both fighters' promoters. That's Top Rank and TGB. Why? Because they felt like they could negotiate further. Now, originally, they was given 30 days to get it done. And if it wasn't done in 30 days, they had to go to a purse bid. So they wait until the midnight hour to try to say, you know what, I think we can negotiate a little bit further. And WBO granted them the extra week and some days or a couple of weeks or whatever. So that's what they're going to do. So y'all stay tuned for September 14th. We don't know what day the fight will be scheduled. We just know that there will be a purse bid if Top Rank and TGB don't come to some kind of negotiation and get the fight made through that way. This will be the last fight that Terrence Crawford fight under Top Rank. At least that was supposed to be. And so, you know, we all know that Terrence Crawford has a minimum payment of either $3 or $4 million per fight, no matter who he's fighting. He always get more on the back end. So that's why we think it's going to be a pay-per-view. Anyway, they requested, meaning Top Rank and TGB, for extra time to negotiate. Now, Porter was dubbed his mandatory, even though he was ranked number 2 in the WBO ranking. The person before him was Virgil Ortiz. And Virgil Ortiz, he just had a fight recently with Mean Machine. Hopefully you guys saw it. It was a good fight. Virgil Ortiz was exposed a little bit. He had to dig in deep and pull the champion out of himself. Mean Machine was no punk. He was nothing to play with. So, you know, this fight is going to be a good fight coming up. You know, Porter and Crawford. I got Crawford. Y'all know that's my guy. Ain't nobody beating Bud. I got Bud over everybody. So, unless y'all can show me why I'm wrong, that's my guy. And Crawford is going to put something on. He's going to put hands and feet on Porter. Porter going to run into some shit that he wish he didn't. I guarantee you. I can see how this fight gonna play out. Porter gonna run in as he always do, like he tackling, and Crawford gonna catch him coming in. And that's gonna be all she wrote. Porter is going to be knocked down several times. I think more than once. Porter ain't got no quit in him though. I don't dislike Porter. He's a rugged fighter. He's hardcore. He's like a fighter / football player in that ring. And it's a lot for a fighter to deal with. Somebody that's always charging you, on your ass. You know, we got a couple of people in the building. Want y'all to say something in the chat. What up? So, yeah, Porter is not to be played with and taken lightly. But Bud is going to get the job done. The fight was originally ordered on July 21st, 2021 by WBO. Terrence, we know, has been his last fight, I want to say, was last December with Kell Brook, where he finished him off. I don't know if Kell is retired, but he should be, because when he fought Spence rebroke his orbital bone, you know, and Crawford did the other one. Kell Brook wasn't the same since he fought Triple G. And he had no business going up that high in weight to try to fight somebody like Triple G. So, them eye injuries are very serious and not to be played with. But like I said, Virgil Ortiz is ranked number 1. He will not be getting a fight this year or no time soon with Crawford. So he might as well try to fight somebody who's left. He's not going to get a fight with Spence. Spence is on convalescent leave. And Spence should wait at least a year before he come back, and he should be able to keep all his belts. But Virgil is hungry for a belt. So he wants all the top guys. But I say stop overlooking Boots Ennis. Boots got a fight with Delorme, and he's going to finish him off. Now, right now, they saying that's a good step-up fight for Delorme. But when Crawford was fighting Delorme, he won't shit. Delorme is a good fighter. Delorme is a hard fighter. He just couldn't beat elite fighters, as we see. Crawford made it look easy. Damn sure Boots gonna make it look easy. I don't blame them for being scared of fighting Boots. And I put that on Crawford too, because all of them are avoiding Boots, and they shouldn't. As much as Bud is my guy, I still don't want him to avoid no fighters. I understand he has a path. He has set his goals. He said what he wants. I think Bud wants to be undisputed. I think that's what he wants. Well, Bud, in order for you to be undisputed, you got to fight for the belts. And that's what he's doing. So until Boots Ennis probably get a belt, you probably won't see a fight between Bud and Boots. So, like I said, they was given originally 30 days to get it done. They didn't meet that 30-day mark. It was supposed to be at first bid today. That didn't happen. It's pushed back to September 14th. There's a lot of fights going on this month. I know I told you guys yesterday that I was actually going to read the schedule of fights coming up. We about to have a couple of busy months with fights. Some of them good, some of them and I could do without. But, you know, I'll read them off. I'll make sure I remember that at the end of the show. The purse split is going to be 60-40 Crawford's favor. So no matter what they bid for, you have to give Crawford the lion's share. L Dub in the building. Was popping king. So we gonna see. I hope that fight is done by the end of the year. I sincerely hope. I want to see Bud fight this year. I don't want to see it in January. I want it now. Remember that commercial? We want it now. Troy, if you out there, I'm thinking about you. If Crawford don't comply with this order, he has to drop his belt. And, Sean Porter got Crawford heated. I don't know why Crawford would be heated for somebody asking to challenge him. That I don't understand. But he heated. And he's talking like the Bud I know and love. He said he promises to KO Porter. And I believe him. That's going to be an excellent fight. And y'all don't want to miss that one. So be glued to your Facebook. We on our phones anyway every day. Just stand by for that September 14th date. If they don't have this fight done, I suspect since Top Rank and TGB asked for an extension, I suspect that they thinking about coming into an agreement. Top Rank will give Bud what he normally gets. Sean might get a couple of million. I don't know what they're going to give or what they're going to come to an agreement on, but I know going to the purse bid is a risk because the starting bid is $200,000. So just think, if somebody bid $200,000, nobody else bid, guess what? 60-40 Crawford. That's crazy. Of $200,000. That way Bob can get out of paying Crawford his minimum. And that's probably what Bob want to do. He don't want to pay him on his last fight the $3 or $4 million that he have to pay him, and then turn around and watch him walk out the door and say goodbye. Because once Crawford leaves Top Rank, he is guaranteed, I think, to become a star. He's going to be a star, like Leonard Ellerby says about Tank. Crawford's, he's a star. He's a pay-per-view star. Because that's what Crawford is going to be. Him and Spence are the top dogs at the welterweight division. And we're going to see things opening. I'm going to be optimistic about all this. I know people saying that they just don't know, but I'm actually going to be optimistic. So look out for that. That news broke yesterday, and I just wanted to put that out there. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are going back and forth on social media along with Tank Davis. So why would they go back and forth on social media? I couldn't tell you. But I'm going to read some of their chats. And hopefully I make sense. So Gervonta Davis said, laugh out loud. So we using stimulants to enhance our performance now. Bet. What Gervonta is referring to is Oscar Valdez getting caught using PEDs, banned substances. And guess what camp he is in? He is in the Canelo camp. And what I always say, birds of a feather, they flock together. We got to go back to these old cliches because they didn't put that out their ass for nothing. Birds of a feather flock together. So Oscar has been caught. He's a cheater. Now you have to wonder how many fights was he doing this with? And how come he's the third person actually in that camp, in Canelo's camp, to pop dirty on some PEDs? Third person. And then you got Ryan Garcia out here claiming he got depression, all signs of using some kind of performance enhancement drug. Have y'all seen what Ryan Garcia looked like lately? There's a picture out there that says 2018 and 2019. Two different people if you just judging the body. And we supposed to believe everything is copacetic? Nah, Ryan, you using too. But I never thought Ryan was a real fighter anyway. He a whole bitch out here, a whole bitch. But now that he got some help in the ring, I guess he gonna make it because, when it comes to the WBC covering up for Canelo, or just boxing period, covering up for Canelo and his whole crew, that's what they want to do. They really don't want to hold Oscar Valdez's feet to the fire. But we talked about that yesterday, and what Victor Conte said about it possibly being herbal tea. We know that's some horse shit. So, some of the fighters are making fun of it. And that's what Gervonta said. So we're using stimulants to enhance our performance now. Bet. Because, hell, if they going to use it, I guess Gervonta saying, well, that's what we do. I'm not saying he's saying he want to use it. You can't beat me fair and square. Because they probably would have met up eventually. Devin Haney got in on it. And he said Eddie Reynoso, whole camp is on that shit. Now that's bold, because Devin hardly ever say anything. But Devin spoke up and said Eddie Reynoso, whole camp is on that shit. And if you don't know who Eddie Reynoso is, he is Canelo's trainer. Then Eddie Reynoso responded by saying, no haters, no life. That's all he could say. Pinche Coulon. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure he called him a bitch. What? You call my mama a bitch? So, then Devin Haney said, no juice, no trainer of the year. You know what I'm saying? You guys are juicing over there, and you winning fights, and everybody act like y'all the second coming. And Eddie Reynoso, same thing. No haters, no life. Then Ryan Garcia got upset. Now, we haven't heard from Ryan in a while, but now he want to man up as opposed to bitching up like he always do. And Ryan had to say, shut your mouth, accusing me of cheating. I get it. You can't punch even with 8-ounce gloves, but don't be accusing me of such a serious accusation. Who the fuck told him that Gervonta can't punch? Or Devin can't? Well, I guess he was referring to Devin. Who told him that Devin can't punch? Devin will outclass you, Ryan. Have several seats, sir. And then Devin says, I can't punch, but you're in no rush to fight me. This a dude that avoid Devin Haney. You got Ryan Garcia. You got Jojo Diaz now. Javier Fortuna. I don't want to say Tank, but maybe Tio, Lomachenko. All these people avoiding Devin Haney, hoping he'll just go by the wayside and not say anything and retire or move up in weight class. I even reported a couple of videos ago that Oscar De La Hoya, of all the people, actually told Jojo Diaz, hey, we're going to wait till Devin and Tank move up to 140 because we don't want to see them. And if we wait till they go up, it's the only realistic way that you can win the title. Now, you actually tell your fighter that, and then he's supposed to be great. Like, what kind of shit is that? What kind of advice is that? Then Ryan said, they were telling me you can't sell, and people wanted their money back after falling asleep. Now, Ryan, goddamn well that shit ain't true. Tank outsell all of y'all. I would even say Tank outsell Devin. But as he talking about Devin put asses in the seat too. And the reason why I keep bringing Gervonta in, because Gervonta said something first. And Devin said, he felt Devin took it as he was talking to him. So Devin said, if that's your story, oh well, if that's what you want to say. And he got a duck emoji behind him. Duck. Because that's what Ryan Garcia is. The biggest duck of all. And then Ryan comes back and say, I know Eddie Hearn kicking himself with all that money he's losing, investing in Devin and overpaying someone who don't bring in no subscriptions for the zone. How the fuck do you know? How the hell do you know? A whole coward out here talking shit. You're not even on the same level as a Devin Haney, so you should need to shut up. Drew Titan in the building. What's popping, King? And then let me see. Is Plant going to back out of the fight though? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Is Plant talking about backing out the fight? Is something going wrong? Is something ain't jiving? I thought they signed the contract. It was a done deal, and their fight was set for November 6th. But I haven't heard anything as of yet. I hope he don't. But at the same time, I said, Drew, that I was going to apologize to Caleb Plant for the foolery that's going to go on between here and November, because they want Canelo to be undisputed, period. And whatever it takes. And I was like telling Plant, like he actually listened to my show. I hope he do one day. But I was like, look, have something to say when it comes to the judges that they pick and the ref that they pick. Because you cannot treat Plant like a scrub. He has a title. He is a real champion. So you can't act like with his opinion don't matter. I know that Canelo want to say he the A side, and the way things go, he is the A side. But still, I wouldn't have no Latino judges. And I ain't saying all Latino are corrupt. I'm just saying for me, I can't fuck with it. I can't take the chance. Because every time when he fought Floyd, the one judge tried to say it was a tie. We know that shit wasn't no tie. So I think Floyd won by majority decision in that fight. And Floyd clearly waxed his ass all 12 rounds. He fought Lara. Lara, I do not like. I will never get on here and big up Lara. But I got to tell the truth. Lara beat Canelo ass. It wasn't a skull, but he outboxed him the whole time. And Canelo never had an answer because Canelo like fighting punching bags. That's it. He might hit hard. He might got a strong, upper body or whatever, but he can't move for shit. He don't like moving targets. Caleb Plant is a moving target. But Caleb, you can't even rely on that. You cannot simply just outbox this nigga because they're going to give it to him regardless. So, but back to this Twitter and with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Drew, I don't know if you've seen latest pictures of Ryan Garcia. Totally different person. That shit, he was already a grown man. How the fuck he grew like that? How he get cut up like that? And his nipples look like he lactating. So how the fuck, I'm baffled. So when one of them said when Devin said the whole crew is on some shit, Ryan took offense to that. Now he's aggressive. Get the fuck out of here, man. This dude is on that shit. I'm like, God damn, here we go. I don't know what it take, but I heard you and what's his name talking, and you talking about 7-8, and that conversation you had with the gentleman, and you was explaining to him why you think it should be a jail sentence or whatever. I totally agree with you. That it should be a jail sentence, and that and then when he was like, nah, let's just send nobody down the road, he sounded like a person with experience, Drew. But and I get it because I have family members like that, as we all do. But I agree, it's attempted murder. So maybe the first time, yeah, I don't know what kind of penalty, but it got to be stiff. But maybe they didn't know. It's possible to make a mistake. Anybody anywhere can make a mistake. But second time around, hell no. I agree with you, Drew. That's attempted murder. And we can't play around. You brought up Luis Resto. You brought up Panama, whatever his name is. You brought up a couple of people. That young guy that died recently, not that long ago, from being in the ring. There was a guy, I don't know his name, but he was fighting somebody who was cheating, and that guy was hitting him in the back of his head so much. Dude is like a paraplegic now. You know, they did some kind of documentary on TV. I don't know his name. He was Latino or something. He's a paraplegic kind of. I call it that because he can't feed himself. He can't walk. He can't do nothing. He will never be a father. He will never know the joys of life as a young man out here in this world because this guy decided to cheat and hit him in the head. If you wasn't intending to kill him, then what were you intending to do? That's how I look at it. If performance enhancement drugs change you or alter you for the better, that's a dangerous thing because even without drugs, death is on the table when you go into that ring. So I call it attempted murder all day. That's why I would never, ever put Canelo on no pound for pound. If it was left up to me, he not going into the Hall of Fame. Now, Oscar Valdez, your name is Mud. Ryan Garcia, you suspect. Don't ever get caught. I'm already convinced that you right along with them. Why? Because you birds of a feather flocking together and you go from one body type in 1 year. That shit is impossible. I know dudes who be in the gym hitting it hard for more than a year and can't even get that kind of success. And we supposed to be Bobo the fool. I was totally on board with you, Drew. Totally on board with you. And I saw another clip of somebody saying, you know what, if that was my fighter, if that was my brother, we got to go see them. That's how I feel. You trying to kill my brother in that ring. I want to see you too. I got to see you too. Because it's not supposed to be about that. They put all kinds of precautions in so it don't lead to that all the time. It don't lead to that. But like you said, if you juiced up on some shit, you ain't gonna feel nothing. You're not gonna even have humanity for your opponent or empathy. You can't. It's impossible for you to feel those things. But you're gonna be happy with being the best when you do some shit like that. I remember when Canelo, when I thought Canelo first was using before there was ever a scandal. I tell y'all, do y'all remember the fight when he fought Ann Wolf's dude? What's his name, Drew? Damn, I'm mad that I forgot his name. I see him clear as day in my head. But the guy who used to train with Ann Wolf. But then he would drop her and have some guys in the corner. But whenever he was with Ann Wolf, he won. Oh, man. I can't believe it's going to drive me crazy. But anyway, when he fought that guy, and I thought that guy was handling Canelo pretty good, and Canelo hit him and knocked him out, fucked him up. And Canelo had that scared look on his face like, oh, shit. Like that, did I do that? The Urkel thing. He had that, he kept going over there like, oh, my God. I think for some reason, I'm pointing to that day as probably one of his uses that, he get in the camp or, whatever he doing, the extracurricular shit, that high-tech shit. But that dude was seriously hurt, and Canelo was seriously scared. So I just, I'm with Drew on this one. I know, but they were poking fun, talking about Devin and Gervonta. You talking about people that's near their weight class that they could potentially have fights later on. It's good to know how your bread is buttered, how you get down, how far you will go, what's your integrity, what your morals look like. I'm glad that Tank, Devin, and all of them got a heads up of what they got to deal with in the future, or whoever got a heads up. Now they acting like they pussyfooting around with making the decision whether they're going to cancel the fight. And according to Victor Conte, there is no excuse. It's not in the herbal tea, like he said. So that should be an easy fix. He's off the card. Fuck if Bob lost some money. Bob should be mad at that dude. But that dude gets no love over here. His name is Mud. I'm going to have a list pretty soon of people whose names are Mud based on how they get down with their extracurricular activity. So now, Every time. Every time I'm near my window, I either got to put up a drape or something because this is just grass cutting season, and it be doing something to my throat. um, I apologize for that, y'all. Dillian White versus Chris Areola. Who cares about Dillian White? I don't give a fuck. He need to put a perm in his beard hair. Like, that shit look awful. That shit is ratchet. Everybody go Google a picture of Dillian White with his scraggly beard. That shit look horrible. Put a Just for Men in that motherfucker, because, ooh, that would scare me off. He got that taco meat on his face. But anyway, Dillian White and Chris Areola, they finalized their fight. Now, I think it's kind of confusing how this article read, but I think Dillian White was slated to fight somebody named Jermaine Franklin on October 30th, but now he's going to be in a fight with Areola on October 2nd on DAZN at the O2 Arena in London. And Hearn changed White's fight from October 30th with Jermaine Franklin to Areola on the 2nd. All White's opponents are, have y'all noticed that all Dillian White's opponents are 40 and up? They old dudes. Not that 40 years old, but in boxing is old. In the boxing world, 40 is an old man. And they didn't change. Everybody he been fighting lately, old dudes. I don't even know how old Dillian is. Like I say, until he put a Just for Me in that beard hair, I really ain't got, I don't want to see him. That shit look horrible. I just be wanting to run a pick through that motherfucker. God, that shit look nasty. Get the taco meat off. Make a taco or something. Do something. But anyway, he's going to be fighting on DAZN. Like I said, I got DAZN. I'll check it out. I'll come back and tell y'all about it. But, I ain't pressed. I'm going to do it because that's what I do on Saturday nights. Look at boxing. But I ain't pressed. I'm not, running to the TV and say, y'all got to see that fight. I don't even know who's on that card. Between here and next month, there's going to be a lot of cards. There's going to be a lot of fights. And it's like Top Rank, DAZN, Triller. It's a lot of people. You got Oscar on September 11th, 9/11. And you got a fight on DAZN earlier that day. You got September 18th. That's a good one, I think. That's a good one. But I'm going to read off the schedule at the end of the program, so y'all bear with me. And then you got Brandon Figueroa versus Stephen Fulton. And that's on Showtime. They're both undefeated 122-pound world champions. That fight will start at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Brandon has the WBC and Stephen has the WBO. So that's a unification fight. It's going to be on September 18th at the MGM in Las Vegas and starting at 9 Eastern Standard Time. On that undercard, it's going to be Raiz Aline versus Eduardo Baez. And then Gary Antonio Russell takes on Alejandro Barrios. I think the Gary Antoine Russell is the continuation. Remember, he just fought and they bumped heads and they had to stop it like 16 seconds into the first round. I think this is the continuation. Old boy said he game. They didn't want to waste their conditioning. Gary said the same thing. Gary gonna tear that boy up. Oh, I love to see him fight too. He gonna tear him up. I like this. I can't decide to be trying to think to myself, which brother is better? Is it Gary and Gary Russell Jr.? Is it Gary Antoine Russell? Or is it Gary Antonio? And I'm sorry if I said Antoine. Gary Antonio is the one fighting Alejandro. And it's a 10-round fight. Following that fight is a Bellator MMA. I don't watch MMA, so I really don't have nothing to say about that. But, so, what y'all think about this purse bid? Y'all think it's going to happen? What y'all think? I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to get the deal done. But what I don't know is, will that fight, I'm talking about Crawford and Porter, will that fight happen this year? That's the question. Is it going to happen this year? I hope so. I certainly hope so, but anybody's guess is good as mine. I wonder what it took for Top Rank and TGB to talk WBO out of having their press conference today about the purse bid. I wonder, what could they have said? Did they make any guarantees? Do anybody know that? I've been watching, and I haven't seen anything. I also be wondering, about the TL fight. I haven't heard from them. Haven't, nothing. That, remember that fight is October 5th between Teofimo and Camboso. So the last thing I reported about that was that was the first contract that I saw where they told somebody, you have to be vaccinated. And I think they had to be vaccinated by the 7th of this month. So in a couple of days from now, they have to be vaccinated with all their COVID shots. And that is a sign of the times. I think going forward, they're going to put that down for everybody else. You got people possibly getting dropped from a car for cheating with the pads with Oscar Valdez. You got people catching COVID. We already got the Benavidez fight postponed to November 13th. We had our whole summer, the rug pulled from underneath us, June, July, and August, because we had our mind set on the TO fight and Cambosa's fight on June 19th. That didn't happen because of what? COVID. Ha ha. We still ain't seen no proof. Then we had Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and his lying ass. This is a question. Drew, I bet you remember this. You remember Popeye, the old Popeyes when we were young, and they had this character on Popeye, the cartoon called a Boyknik, and they be like Boyknik. Anybody remember that shit other than me? Don't Tyson Fury look like a Boyknik? Y'all don't remember that shit? Y'all don't remember that shit? He looked like a Boyknik, man. And I'll say that to people, and they be like, what's a Boyknik? I'm like, that big, tall, goofy looking motherfucker on Popeye. It was like a whole bunch of them. They were like cloned or something. It was a whole bunch of them. And people like, no. I mean, like, Popeye the Sailor Man, the cartoon. I kind of remember Popeye. I was like, never mind. I mean, but am I the only one that remember Boykniks? Because that's what Tyson he remind me. Every time I see him, I think of that. And I tried to Google it to put a picture up here or something, and I cannot find it because I really don't know how to spell it. But I remember them saying, Boyknik. The Boykniks. If y'all remember a Boyknik, holler at me in the chat. Holler at me in the chat. For real, because that was crazy. But Tyson Fury, lying ass. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to be in Vegas that weekend. I pray it happen. I just don't know. And I hope whatever penalties he get, they are swift. We got Anthony Joshua fight coming up on the 25th between Usyk and him. And that's the zone. And nobody's really pressed for it. Eddie's out here shitting on everybody's their card and just sticking his nose in everybody's business, trying to drum up hate so he could drum up business for himself, as Eddie always does. And that's all he's doing. He said, hey, stop looking over there and look over here at me. Don't look at them, look at me. That's what he want people to do. Ain't nobody going to get no damn zone. I was lucky when I got it. I didn't get rid of it because I just wanted to hold on to it just in case if something good happened. The whole time I had it, the only thing I can say about the zone is that they will have fights, but I don't know none of the motherfuckers. None of us know none of the motherfuckers. So nobody really cares. But, Eddie wants y'all to care about his fights that's coming up. He has some cars in October as well. And we don't know what's going to happen. I know the biggest card between here and December before the Christmas break is going to be Deontay and Tyson Fury. That's going to bring everybody out. And the second to that, I wouldn't even say Canelo. Some of these lightweight fighters. I wouldn't say Canelo because that fight, again, I'm going to my rant of apologizing to Caleb Plant. I'm apologizing right now for what they finna do to you come November. Because if you don't knock him out, he won. You can knock him down the second round. You can knock him down the seventh round. In the end, they're going to somehow either make it a draw. If you obviously outbox him and knock him down once or twice, they're going to make it a draw. If you just outbox him, he's going to win. And they're going to justify it because they're going to say, he's aggressive. He's walking you down. You're running. That's what they're going to say. Even though you're a pure boxer, Caleb, this is what they're going to say. So I hope your mind right. I hope they ain't pulling the fast one. And I hope y'all doing drug testing out the wazoo. Because as we see, the Canelo camp, or shall I say Eddie Reynoso camp, is contaminated. They're contaminated. Canelo said he ate a cheeseburger of some sort, some kind of ground beef, when he could have had a farm of cows and packaged his own damn meat. But no, he went out on the town and got a cheeseburger. So he had pairs in the system. Okay, I heard that it was somebody else in that camp that came down with the same pairs that Canelo had in their system. Okay, now you got Oscar Valdez, and he has pairs in the system or banned substance. How many times we got to say, okay, like it's a coincidence or a mistake? It's not. These people are whole bitches out here cheating, playing with people's lives. And that's what I mean, Drew, when you said they should go to jail. That whole group should go to jail. And especially Eddie Reynoso, if found out that he knew about this shit. You're fucking with people's lives. And they say they're going to investigate. I don't know how deep they're going to dig or whatever. But it's a sad thing. And I get real upset about it because I care about all the fighters' lives. It's a sport. I don't want to watch something that's going to cost people their lives. I can't be a part of that. So I'm not interested in people, doing that extracurricular stuff. But we got some fights coming up. Let me go ahead and start reading this schedule. I'll tell you if it's fugazi or not, at least just in my opinion. Lara versus Warrington on the Zone, September 4th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't think that particular fight is fugazi. I do want to see it. It's their second fight. Then you got Eggington versus Chiquito Tao. And they said Channel 5. I don't know what that means. Channel 5, September 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that one is free. Channel 5. I don't know if that's ABC, NBC, or CBS. I don't know which one. Valdez versus Conseco. We don't know if he's still on because Valdez is the one we talking about when we say he got caught with banned substance. But they still deciding. I haven't heard about the B sample yet. The A sample is contaminated and fugazi. We don't know what's up with the B sample. September 10th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN Plus. Edwards versus Mama. BT Sport don't care. That's British TV. Le Jaraga versus Charit on the Zone, September 11, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whatever. De La Hoya versus Belfort. That's streaming on Fight TV, September 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We might be interested in that one. Fulton Jr. versus Figueroa Jr. That's a free fight on Showtime, September 18th. Normally, Showtime starts their fights around 9 or 10. That's a free fight. Joshua versus Usyk. That's on Sky Sports, The Zone, September 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody interested, don't. I really don't care. I just want to know, is one of them gonna fight Deontay? Whoever got the belts. Fowler versus Smith on the Zone, October 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget about Teofimo Lopez versus George Camboso, October 5th. And that, I don't know how to time in front of me. Fury versus Wilder 3. This is third installment. ESPN Plus, Fox pay-per-view, October 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody going to be glued to the TV to see that one. Don't miss that one. That's the one. Stevenson versus Herring. That's another one. ESPN, October 23rd, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we got Benavidez versus Uskatiki. It's on Showtime, November 13th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, if you bought the tickets for their first original fight of August 28th, you can use that ticket for this fight, or you can get a refund. Now, Uskatiki, he make me think of this fighter called Lionel B. Reggie Bell, what's up, King? Then we got Drew Titan. The Valdez fight is going on, so sounds like the investigation is in favor of I can't stand him. I hope this dude beat the brakes off this nigga. I can't stand him. He obviously cheated. Did he even get did we hear about the B sample? Also, the Mexican girl who fought in Canada has passed away from reports. Sad situation. What happened to her? Oh, shout out to her and rest in peace. Reports of what? Away from reports. Like, was she a fighter or something, like a MMA or a boxer? Did she get hurt in the ring? But rest in peace, sister. Damn. I can't keep this up. I'm going back to that one. So yeah, it do look like they trying their damnedest. I don't know. I want to learn how much money do boxing system, like, the promoters and stuff, lose when a fighter pops right before, weeks before the fight. Oh Lord. You said she a boxer, and then you said, yeah, in a fight. Oh, is that the first girl to ever die from a fight? God damn. Maybe I need to shut up about them 3-minute rounds, huh, Drew? I might need to mum's the word on that one, because I kept advocating for 3-minute rounds. I'm like, damn. I bet you, I don't even want to see that fight. I bet you that fight, they was headhunting. And like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful about her, so I'm going to go back to that. I have a hard time with death, so I don't like to. That's why I get so mad about cheating and stuff, because that really gets to me. Oof. Okay. You said not sure if it's her first, but not sure if she's the first, but recent. And then Reggie says, gotta look into that. Head trauma, she was getting beat bad. Oh my God. Yeah. If my daughter said she wanted to box, I probably wouldn't let her. She wanted to MMA. I was like, That little boy was twisting my baby arm too hard. He would have had to fight my big ass for real. Because I couldn't watch him, do that. My daughter was like, I'm okay. Like, no the hell you not, because I'm about to hurt one of these kids. You're going to be an orphan. They going to have me up under the jail. I can't watch that shit. You said ref supposed to stop that. Yeah, Red. He was supposed to. Good moms. That's right. I'm definitely a mama grizzly when it comes to my baby safety. And, she grown now, but she'll tell me, I'm good. I'll be like, look, girl, I'll change. I'll get off your back. I'll fall back on the mama department. But when it comes to your health and safety, I'm mama grizzly, and I'll eat through some asses to get to to get you to safety. I'll fight a crocodile. I don't give a damn. Not my baby, you know. But, you know, rest in peace, soldier. You know, rest in peace. And this is why Drew gets mad about this cheating. This is why I get mad about this cheating, because that shit is on the line when you get in the ring anyway. That shit is on the line all the time. You said why she couldn't be a tomboy like you. Oh, so Red, we talking about personal shit. So Red want to let y'all know I was a tomboy. I played basketball with this guy. I wouldn't let him off the court because I kept waxing his ass, and it got good to me. I kept waxing his ass, and I wouldn't let him go home because he needed to be beat like at least 10, 15 times. You remember that shit, Red? You gonna tell that? I used to wax this dude ass on the court. Tell that, Red. He ain't gonna tell you that, Drew. I had a shot he couldn't fade. He couldn't do it. He was hoping and praying he could knock that shit down the court. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Come on now, Red. I never beat you. Red, come on. Don't get on here and lie to the folks. I beat you. No, real truth. Let me break it down, because Red wanna put our business out on the street. So Red and me grew up together. We didn't known each other since we were about 11 to 12. To make that make sense, in a couple of months, well, not even, next month, I'm still thinking it's August, I'm going to be 50 years old. How old are you, Red? Like 48? You said, when I let you so you can go home. Whatever, nigga. We would get on the court. We would go there early in the morning. Drew, this nigga couldn't lead till I won. I was good. He couldn't lead till I won. That Red could play his ass off. And I ain't gonna front. He could. But he barely would win over me. He won't scald at me or nothing. I was, man, whatever. We would play till like 10, 11, 12 at night. I would not let this nigga off the court till I had me a couple of notches on my belt of spanking that ass. And you know it, Red. You 47? About to be 48, nigga. Yeah. Drew laughing at us. Yeah, Drew, I would wax that ass. It was, you know, Red fronting. This is what he gonna always say. He let me win. Red was good, but he wasn't that damn good because I would beat him. I would beat him sometimes. But he gonna say he let me win. So yes, people, I played basketball when I was a kid. I was what you would call a tomboy. Yes, I played physical sports. You both need to get a new pickup game going. Nah, we old as a motherfucker now. I don't even think I be grabbing my chest running down the damn court nowadays. I be like, that's for them young folks. But in my day, I wax ass. I wax plenty of ass. Red know it too. And Red, tell the truth. Shame the devil. I was nice. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Red. You want to tell something? Tell the truth. I was nice. I can't help what God gave me these talents. I can't help it. Red, don't hear you. The world waiting. You can shoot jumpers, Red. You was good at that. Until I smacked the hell out that shit. That's what you was good at. Send that motherfucker to the moon, Alice. You say I was okay for a girl. For a girl? Why would you say that? We don't have no chauvinists up in this motherfucker. We are people. And last time I checked, I got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet. You know, that means I can play basketball. Or I could do whatever. I also took karate. And I was waxing ass in there too. In tournaments too. I also did 20 years in the military. So no, you know, I wasn't, you know, a wallflower. No, I wasn't. That's why I like boxing so much. You say you never blocked no jumper for no finger roll. Now, Red had this shot. This nigga would piss. This is why he couldn't leave the court. He had this finger roll, and he would go. I could not catch that motherfucker. But I had a shot too. And mine was shot backwards. And he couldn't do shit with it. Now go on to tell that. Remember that, Red? You could never, ever. And I got my back turned to him, putting the shot in. Couldn't stop it. But we talking over 30-something years ago. It's all good. It's all good. But like I said, that's why I love boxing. I love like contact sports, as you say, Red. I love it. I mean, because you got to dig deep. You got to bring that shit from somewhere. You gotta believe in yourself. You got to work hard. You got to push yourself through shit. I love it. That's why I like clean sports. That's why I get so mad. If you lose, you know, I was a sore loser. I learned how to not be a sore loser with age and maturity. Can't win everything. So, you know, I go hard in the paint in everything I do. Everything. Everything. So, that's just how it is. But yeah, she can play y'all football to now. I couldn't. What you saying? She can play y'all football to now. I couldn't block that. The curl juice used to get in my eyes. What? See, he got jokes. Don't know what he talking about. This nigga, he a typical Sagittarius. Boy, that's all I can say about you. I could play y'all football. Have I ever played football with you, Red? Never. Never. And curl juice, nigga, please. Please. We ain't gonna talk about your shaved legs. Red had girl legs. Remember that, Red? Did you used to shave your leg? Look, nigga, we gonna stop bringing up old shit in here because we getting away from what this channel's supposed to be about. This is a business. Stop chatting in here like you some straight up G. Partner. Oh, but anyway, so that's basically what I got to report to y'all today. Wasn't much on the news or the telly about what's going on. I like the back and forth between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Now, watch how aggressive Ryan get. If he own that shit, watch how aggressive he get. And watch how he, you know, he try to come at Devin, or maybe he won't be scared no more. But if it took him to put some juice in him to make him more bold, I guess that's what he got to do. But if he get caught, if you get caught, Ryan, we're going to be all over your ass because there's no need for that. If you all let rest on your laurels. So, anywho, that's all I have today. And hold on. So, I will see y'all tomorrow, Friday, when me and Red can talk about some more basketball and how I used to wax his ass. He can't help it. Yes, I'm a girl. Got the breasts to prove it. But I beat your ass. I beat your ass. Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.